We love. We love. We love. Welcome to Speculation Sunday on a Monday. I'm kind of glad we waited till today. Just worked out that Universal Orlando is dropping the biggest bombshell news ever for summer fun. My gosh, I can't wait to get into all of that, and we will. We got Ste Danny in the house. How you doing, Danny?
I'm doing good. It was a crazy weekend, let me tell you.
Yeah, a lot going on. We had the 60th anniversary kicking off for the studio tour at Universal Hollywood. We had Pixar Fest, finally the whole shebang all put together at Disneyland. And now we got this crazy news from Universal Orlando, which is it's just insane.
Crazy news.
Yeah, we'll get into it. I promise. What's up, Mark W? 34 months. Wow. 4 months. Happy Speculation Monday. Let's go. Oh, wrong one. Bob Fires, Mark. Thank you for 34 months. Holy macaroni. Thank you, Mark. Let's go. Hit the like button, everybody, if you haven't already. Okay, we got a lot of stuff that we want to talk about, but in today's live, I want to just open it up for Q&A. What does the chat want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? If you can, post in the comments right now in the chat so we could go over a lot of the questions, subjects of whatever you guys want to talk about. And then if we haven't talked about what we want to talk about, we'll get into those subjects and stuff like that at the end. We got Bomania, 33 months. Oh, my Atlanta. Wow. I'm hitting every button right there. One more. What up, fellas? Bowman. I miss you, man. I miss you, Bomania. Thank you for joining, Bowman. All right. What do you guys want to talk about? Michelada tried the Ramon nachos, and they were fire. Damn, I don't even know where to get that.
I've heard so many good things about all the different Pixar foods. In all reality, Mondo, I feel like you and I went in kind of blind. Even though we made videos on, all the stuff. We really didn't have a plan on, what we wanted. I just knew I wanted to try that barbecue potato, and that was it. And the pizza, because I was like, I got to revisit this pizza. But, I haven't really looked into the depths of, what I want to try next weekend. What's next?
Pixar Fest, you have to study because, or not study, but really get into it. Real quick, Danny posted on his Twitter. Danny, have you posted your video now, right? On Pixar Fest. I could have sworn I got the notification.
Yep, yeah, I did it's kind of long. It's like a 30-minute video, but it's a Disneyland update video with the Pixar Fest. And I get a little bit of review of some foods I tried. I did try the pizza, the cheeseburger pizza, but I didn't really want to include that in the video. It wasn't good. So if you follow me on Twitter, you know.
We're going to include it right now. We're going to include it. Talk about it.
Yeah, so I didn't want to put it in the video, not because it wasn't good, but just because it kind of was the whole segment that I had filmed for it didn't really make sense, and it was kind of out of order. I went back and forth a million times to back and forth from DC to Disneyland, so it was all out of order. It just didn't really make sense where it was in the video, but I was like, hey, I already gave my opinion on this on Twitter, so people can see it there. But essentially, in 2018, when we had Pixar Fest 6 years ago, the first time, back then it was still Red Rocket's Pizza Port, and Alien Pizza Planet was a temporary layover, and they had this amazing new addition called the Cheeseburger Pizza. And there's a picture of it right there in 2018.
There's the original.
Right above it.
That's the original.
That's the original in 2018.
Look at the difference.
And then there's the new one.
I feel like it doesn't fill out the plate as much either. When you really look at it.
Yeah.
um, give us the difference. What happened here? Because we kind of hyped this up, and it was a letdown.
Yeah, we did hype it up. A lot of people messaged me on the Twitter like post that I had done and said it was their favorite. So
Oh, so some people
they
liked it.
so people still liked it. I think the big difference that I noticed right away is that like in 2018 in the 2018 version that I ate, it really tasted a lot like cheeseburger. Like and you really couldn't taste like the marinara sauce of the pizza as much as you could taste like the secret sauce of like a Big Mac or an In-N-Out burger that you see drizzled on top. There was just like a lot more of that in the 2018 version, so it really kind of did taste like a deconstructed cheeseburger, whereas this one kind of tasted like a pizza with like a little bit of cheeseburger on top. So it was kind of like this weird combo, and the marinara sauce was just coming through too hard, and so that's what kind of threw me off. Like if they wanted to include the marinara sauce on it still, I think they should have gone like a little bit lighter. And it's like whoever made it this time around, like made it like they made that first step like a regular pizza, and then they just dressed it for the hamburger pizza instead. And like it felt like in 2018 the hamburger like implementation of it was more intentional, and like they were trying to really give that cheeseburger flavor. And this one's like, here, let me make a bunch of pizza doughs, and you can make some of them pepperonis and some of them hamburger, some of them cheese. Like it just seemed like too marinara sauce. And like when I think of a cheeseburger, there's no marinara sauce in sight.
Marinara is not even in the question when I think of a cheeseburger. Yeah, yeah. Um, let's get into some of the questions that people are asking. Let me see. Orlando is coming in with the fire. Universal Studios has to step it up, or I'm moving to Florida. Oh man, we'll get into it. With Pixar Fest going on now and overlapping with Season of the Force for a bit, is Star Wars still getting its love in the parks, or is it all Pixar now? Thanks, fellas. You go first, Danny. You go first.
It really is. Star Wars Season of the Force is limited to Disneyland, right? So you're not really experiencing Star Wars Season of the Force unless you're at Disneyland. So that was already the case beforehand. But if you just visit the resort, I mean, whether you're in the hotels, downtown Disney, in both theme parks in the Esplanade, you're slapped in the face with Pixar Fest, driving up and down Catella, Harbor Boulevard, like Pixar Fest. So like
Season
it's
of the
much
Force.
bigger.
Who?
Yeah, this is their summer celebration. Season of the Force is definitely still getting its play, right? You got all those new variants of Star Tours. You got tons of new merch. I'm wearing some of it right now.
Hyperspace.
Um, you got Hyperspace Mountain currently going.
BD
If
droids.
you're in Galaxy's Edge, you're seeing a ton of stuff. You know, it's and then plus the fireworks. Like if you don't even want to experience Pixar Fest, you just go to Galaxy's Edge and watch Fire Rising of the Moon. What is it? Fire of the Rising Moons? Yeah, Fire of the Rising
I'm
Moons.
gonna go with that,
Um,
Danny. It doesn't
in
even.
Galaxy's Edge.
I was gonna say, Season of the Force. This is the year they put the most effort into it. So I look
Hmm.
at it as they did give it love, and they're still giving it love, even though they've transitioned into Summer Festival, Pixar Fest. Um,
Are you
Season
going on
of
May
the
the 4th,
Force.
Mondo?
I don't know. Maybe. Disneyland notoriously does nothing for May the 4th. Maybe they drop merch. That's kind of it. But there's nothing special. The fans do meetups, which are like lightsaber meetups and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's not calling my name. It's just not calling my name. Um, but they are giving love to Season of the Force, in my opinion. We got Magnificent Days. Where's Good Dinosaur at Disney? Disney, it's a Pixar movie. Would have loved to seen a spot in the parade. Dinosaur never gets love. I'm just gonna say that right now.
He is in the projections of the Together Forever fireworks show, briefly in a few moments, um, but not like in the parade or anything. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, Disney just wants to forget about that movie existing. I don't know. They just it's never it gets no love. Just literally. They're getting rid of Dinosaur in freaking Animal Kingdom. Where is it? Palmer. People are saying Tiana's in Magic Kingdom will open June 14th in response to Universal. Thoughts? Honestly, I felt like they were kind of aiming for that June 10th to June 20th time range, anyways. Uh, but I could see that be a response if they decide to for all the crazy stuff that Universal Orlando is doing, which we'll get into. I know we haven't got into it, but do you think Disney responds, or they're just going to stay away from this June 14th, Danny, and they open it June 20th or something, like a week later?
I think they could do that weekend. And the reason being is that Disney loves opening stuff on holiday weekends, right? And that weekend is not only Father's Day, but it's the weekend before Juneteenth, which is a more recent federal holiday, right? And a lot of companies have that time off. Kids are getting that time off of school now. Juneteenth is on Wednesday. And it is an African American like celebration holiday, so like it would be a good time to like open an attraction and as important as this. So it could all come together. You never know. But Disney loves opening things on a weekend like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had already planned to open it that weekend, because with holidays like Father's Day and Juneteenth, you can expect people to have time off, and people
And
love planning their vacations like when they're end capped with time off like that. So
And a lot of times when people travel to Florida, they do both parks. So why not just open it on the same day as that? So people knock out all the festivities at Universal and then go to Walt Disney World same trip. I feel like it would be a win-win if they just open it this same day or same weekend. Why not? People are traveling. Uh, you can't tell me that people at Universal Orlando, and especially like they're out of state, are like they're not going to be like, what? Tiana's is opening Sunday? I'm buying a ticket. Like say you had no intentions to go to Universal Orlando, Danny, and all of a sudden, or to Walt Disney World, all of a sudden you found out Tiana's is opening that week. Would you buy a ticket and just be like, I'm not going to do a Universal Orlando day. I want to do this, or would you not?
um if I was there and I didn't know, and I knew that Disney was opening a ride, I probably would buy a ticket for Disney, knowing that a ride was opening. Or I might say, let's ride this next time. I don't want to try to deal with, all the
The
lines
crazy.
and craziness that come with that.
That's true too, actually. But for me, I would be like, I'm getting a ticket now. But I could see people being like, I ain't even about to deal with this stupid 4 hour
Yeah,
wait,
and I think it's really like we
five
have a
hour.
little bit of a preview, Mondo, which is kind of nice, um, because we'll get to see the reaction to how crazy the lines are for this. But more importantly, we get to see what the Genie Plus situation is like. Is it going to be
or,
just on Genie Plus, or
or
is it going to
individual.
be individual Lightning Lane? So we'll have to see kind of what that looks like. It'll give us a preview of what we can expect later this year when it opens. But I'm excited because our rides, even though they're similar, they're going to be really different in a
Yeah,
lot of ways. So even though I don't care if I spoil it and watch videos of the Disney World
yeah, I want
one,
to see it. I don't want to. I don't care about.
yeah, because ours is going to be different and very different. If you guys ever ridden both, so
Yeah, they're not the same ride. They're different. Carson, I'm losing my mind with crickets from Tiana's opening date announcement in Walt Disney World, especially with Universal opening the new land and Tiana's speculated week. We're just on the waiting game, dude. Just on the waiting game. We got Ian Grimm, super chat, super chat. Off to Walt Disney World tomorrow for DHS 35, Flower and Garden 1900 Park Fair,
dang.
and May 4th. Wish me luck. Temps are already in the 90s with thunderstorms. Oh my! Well, may the force be with you, dude. You're going at the time where it's like a nightmare. I can't help but say that. Like 90 degrees, humidity, thunderstorm, all at the same time. Because in Florida, it'll be pouring rain and it's 90 degrees or 100. Like, it's hot as hell. But Ian, it sounds like you got a lot of dining reservations, so you're gonna be good. I feel like. Danny, you ever had 19 Park Fair before?
Yeah, I went on my that was like my birthday breakfast a couple times.
Mm.
I really liked the breakfast there. Like characters aside, like I feel like that was the best best buffet breakfast you could get at Disney. I just loved it. I loved the offerings they had and the things they had available. And who doesn't love being at the Grand Floridian? So I just thought it was like I thought it was like the coolest place. So I would always try to book that like when I'd go for my birthday. Um, they had cool characters like they had Mary Poppins, Bert. They had Alice in Wonderland, Mad Hatter. Sometimes they had the Cheshire Cat. Like they just had like characters you don't normally see.
Yeah, and that's
Um,
the new Tiana in her outfit.
Yep. So it and yeah, Peter Darmanian in the chat. Nothing beats Boma at Animal Kingdom. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I've been there many
Boma
times.
Boma for breakfast is god tier.
Woo!
So yeah, we'll
Was
leave
it
that
pop
alone. But
juice?
I don't know if the 1900 Park Fair new version will live up, but the other one was good. The other one was good. I did like it. So
Yeah.
um, it's crazy. I just realized that the person's comment you put up earlier was Carson. Hey Carson, I know you're in the chat here. He'll probably be there, flying there day of when that ride opens. What's your plan with that, Mondo?
For Tiana's?
Yeah, like when you hear
Uh,
about it, like, are you
I
just gonna go
feel
when you go, or are you gonna like specifically go?
I feel that they're lagging it so much that I don't even care to go anymore. That's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
Uh, they're just like for someone out of state, it's got to a point where it's a very abrupt trip, and it's hard to plan because Walt Disney World's not easy thing to do, especially now I got a baby, and I'm literally going at the worst time to Florida. nothing, nothing about that sounds good. Summer heat, just brutality out there, dude.
Dude,
Uh,
I went June once. I don't know if I could do it again. I don't know if I could do it again.
I'm getting to the point where I just kind of like I don't know if I want to go anymore. Like say they announced this like 2 months ago, I got my trip booked, but at this point in time, to not have a date, I can't plan a airplane rental, the hotel, like budget for foods and what it's I don't know. It's kind of stupid what they've done with such a late announcement. Um, and honestly, if I miss out on opening day, I'm okay with it. We got Disneyland's, and that ultimately that's the most important one to me, which I for sure will not miss the one at Disneyland. All right, I want to get to the big news of the day, and I think the best way to do this, let me see, is go to the website. I want to get into Universal Orlando and them just dropping news after news like you wouldn't believe. It was like everything they dropped today was mind blowing. Chris Lucas dropping a super chat, dropping 10. Hey Mondo Danny, it was cool meeting you on Saturday. I was the guy with the Roger Rabbit tee. I remember that right by Toontown. I hear phase one will start mid-June with Avatar in Simba and Eastern Gateway being constructed simultaneously. I believe it! I just don't know about everything being in Simba. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. We're like we're not very far off from D23 and us getting mind blown in the future, and it's gonna be insane. I just can't wait for D23. But Chris, nice to meet you, and hope you had a wonderful trip at Disneyland. Hope to see you out there again, man. Thank you for joining today's live. And cool Roger Rabbit shirt. You never see Roger Rabbit anymore in anything. Palm Tree says 100% agree. Walt Disney World is playing this opening date too close to the chest. I feel like they're alienating people wanting to travel. I think there's a lot of people that are not traveling to Florida because they don't want to miss out on these key dates and these key things opening that are new. The last thing I want is to go to Florida and then like a week later they're like, "Oh, Tiana's is opening." It's like, what? Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm good. I'm good. I don't know. We'll see. Once they finally announce the damn date, maybe this is putting pressure on them with Universal Orlando, but we'll see. All right, Universal Orlando dropped pretty much 4 mega news. One of them is this one right here. It's time to explore the all-new DreamWorks Land. This one is let your imagination soar with your favorite characters from Shrek, Trolls, Kung Fu Panda come together in a colorful new land at Universal Studios Florida. Meet Shrek splash in a swamp, scream with laughter on the Troller Coaster, learn Kung Fu with Poe, plus ignite your sense of wonder with the new live show DreamWorks Imagination Celebration. So they're really trying to get kids stuff activated at Universal Orlando. We just saw them do a whole Minions Land. Now this, I think they're doing these things, Danny, because Epic Universe is Big Kids Land. That's how I look at it. Also, too, Universal Mega Movie Parade. This is the one. Let me go to Scott Gustin because I know he has more news on this. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Follow the trend. So this is a tweet from Scott Gustin. Universal Mega Movie Parade is set to debut July 3rd. Will celebrate movies including E.T., Back to the Future, Jaws, Ghostbusters, Jurassic World, Illumination's Minions, Sing, DreamWorks Animation, Trolls, and Kung Fu Panda. What? The parade will be Universal's Orlando's biggest daytime parade ever. Nearly 100 performers, 13 new floats, including a 16-foot Stay Puft Marshmallow Man atop a Ghostbuster float, and a finale with a gyrosphere and raptors and a Tyrannosaurus Rex aboard the Jurassic World float. What? Danny, I gotta get your thoughts on this, dude. What the heck?
Dude, the float at the end with the Jurassic, it just threw me over. Like, it's just, can you imagine that float like coming down? And Universal, for those that don't know, like if you ever seen like their Mardi Gras parade and stuff like that, like they go all out for their parades. So,
big
like,
ass floats, big floats.
So they're definitely, and they got the space. So they'll definitely be doing something really good with this parade. I mean, but you're really just pulling in all the like the things people like, right? You got Back to the Future, you got Ghostbusters, like they're just hitting all the marks.
Just
with,
nostalgia.
Like, yeah, they're getting the new mixed with the nostalgia, in a way that I think used to be only Disney did, and now Universal's doing it really well too, right? So it's great. I can't wait to see that Jurassic float. I think I would go there just to see that.
I want to see how they do a Jaws float. I could have sworn I read somewhere that the Jaws section will also have like a marching band playing the Jaws music or something. And I was like, what the heck? I don't even know how that's going to work. But damn, dude. Universal Orlando. Wow. My thoughts on this parade, they're just hitting you right where like nostalgia lives. They know what their core audience is, and they're giving it to you. They're giving it to you. You want some fan service? Well, we got it. Here's your fan service. They're just blessing us. This is incredible news. If Disney was to do a response to this, like what would they hit us with? What kind of parade, Danny, that could hit us with nostalgia to this level?
Man, I don't know. I don't even.
Because I was gonna say, Danny, I don't know if there's enough Disney fans that agree with this many movies and titles. You know what I mean? To call it nostalgia, because if you really want to do something, you got to go back to the days of Aladdin, Lion King, Hercules, that kind of stuff. Not
Hmm.
necessarily Wish, Strange World. What was it? Lightyear? No way. You can't mix those things, dude. It ain't. How could Disney respond with the nostalgia thing? Like, what would it be, Daddy? I know that's a tough question, but
I
what?
mean, Disney's pretty good at nostalgia. They'd probably have to. They'd probably have to make, if they're doing like a mega parade, right? They'd have to do a mix of both, like Universal's doing, where they got the old and the new. So they could include, stuff from the Disney Renaissance, like you said, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You got Hercules, like you said, all the movies that have just like the most iconic music, and
Yeah,
then
they
they
have
got to
to go
include.
backwards in time.
Yeah, and then they got to include the new stuff that like people really like. So Tangled, Frozen, like stuff that they usually kind of hit on anyway. Um, and I think they could do pretty good. Like I think people were in the chat are saying like Paint the Night, like they could do Paint the Night and then just add floats to it that like are a little bit more nostalgic maybe. I know they added the Incredibles float to it before we lost it.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, maybe they could do that, but this is just a really like great move from Universal. Honestly, that parade could stick around for a long time. People really
Forever.
enjoy.
Why would that parade get old? It's already old, but it's like old in a good way. which Danny brought up about Tomorrowland. Just make it. What was the concept, Danny? Just like the future of the old of the past.
Yeah, I think Tomorrowland, like where we got wrong in our Tomorrowland is we tried to get like we tried to change it to match the vision of the future for that current generation, and I think we've reached a point now where the future is kind of looking scary sometimes.
Yeah.
And so, um, when you think about Walt Disney and the time frame that he lived in, and the 50s and 60s, like really romanticized version of the future, we had the Jetsons, we had, people always thought we were going to have flying cars, robot butlers, all this stuff. When we think of that idealistic vision of the future, like we'll never get to that, like the way that people thought about it, the way that Walt thought about like what Epcot was supposed to be. And so
Yeah.
I feel like if as long as they make like a retro future vision, it'll always be futuristic. It'll always be something that we can never achieve because like we'll honestly never get to that kind of future. It's going to be something totally different. So I feel like that's the direction Tomorrowland was already going in the 60s. So like just put it back to that and it will still be like really futuristic.
Yup. Yup. We got a super chat from where'd it go? Danny C dropping 5. Do you think there's any chance Anaheim does a paid preview for Tiana?
I'd love that, honestly.
Oh, that's actually a good comment to make. Um,
Hmm.
do you do you remember Haunted Mansion did like a paid kind of like Haunted Mansion thing? Like a
Yeah, well, don't forget, the biggest example. We're living in the second version of that right now, right? Pixar Fest. The whole reason it existed was because Pixar Pier opened at the same
Oh,
time.
and Pixar Pier was a paid event.
Yeah,
And it
we
wasn't
had
cheap. That it was overpriced beyond glory.
it was I believe it was $300. I don't remember. I think it was like $200 or $300, but you got
And I
access
did
to a
it.
whole land. You got access to a whole land for like 5 hours. You could experience all the attractions in the land. So at that time, it was like Toy Story Mania, Incredicoaster, Pixar Pal Around. Um, what else do they have going on over there?
The new
I don't know.
foods. The new
The new
foods. It was
foods,
like
yeah,
a
and you
big
could, and
deal.
oh, the games. They had the games of the boardwalk. You could play those. They gave you
Honestly, the new
free.
characters, like all that stuff was a big deal back then. Because really,
Mhm.
Pixar in that style didn't exist very much. Um, I would say they don't, but I do not doubt that they do. There's been a lot of rumbling that they want to make this opening of Tiana's like the biggest deal ever. They're trying to go all out. Who knows how many media they're going to invite? And
Yeah, and when you think about too a paid event, Mondo, Disney World, they don't got anything other than Tiana at breakfast at the Grand Floridian, and then they've got Tiana's Bayou Adventure. We have Chic Boutique, Tiana's Palace Restaurant, Ray's Berets, Lewis's
Lewis.
Critter Club. Like we've got, and then who knows what they're gonna transform the rest of Critter Country into with the meet and greets that are currently themed to Winnie the Pooh. We know those are going away. So like those are probably going to change to be more Bayou themed so that they can have meet and greets with Tiana, Naveen, and Lewis, maybe whoever else. Of course, the Winnie the Pooh characters will probably still meet and greet there, but they'll have it in a way that it matches all the characters. So truly, we're basically getting like a full land experience. So they could easily do a paid preview, like he was saying, and then just lump it all in. So you get like dinner at Tiana's Bayou Adventure. You get to meet the characters in the new area, and hell, you can even probably they can even lump in Haunted Mansion with that because
Yeah.
it's still in New Orleans and it's going to be new.
Can you
People
imagine
forget
they
that like
do that? They do it as this paid preview starts from cafe or no, it starts from like Chic
Tiana's
Boutique.
Palace.
No, I'm going all the way to Chic Boutique. All like Cafe Orleans, Tiana's Palace, that new whatever the heck kind of chill area they're creating, and then you get to experience the new queue of Haunted Mansion, whatever the heck that's going to look like eventually, and then all the way to Critter Country. I could totally see it now. I didn't think about that, but yeah, what a great way to get your money back too for Disney. Make everyone pay. Man, that's crazy. I didn't even think of that. Diamond Boy Disney in the chat. I think where Disney went wrong with Tiana's was making it political power move. They should have just made the change and moved forward. This is the biggest issue Disney is experiencing now. Let me see. I'm just reading. Disney Imagineering team has been doing great, amazing things. They have so much in store. I'm keeping faith in them. Yeah, one thing I saw today too on Twitter was they're like creative of the music was writing the ride in Florida. So they must be getting super close to wherever they are in Florida's version.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see. All right, let me keep going with all these Universal Orlando before we start talking Pixar. This is the one I really want to get into, Danny. This is the one I was already mind blown with the parade, but then I read this. I saw this picture, and I was just like, "What in the Baba freak is this, dude? What? Well, I see a dinosaur, Harry Potter, drones, Jaws, fireworks." There's probably fire effects to this too. Jeez Louise. Sensational, a symphonic spectacular, debuting June 14th, Universal Orlando. This show will feature 228 fountains that reach heights up to 131 feet, incredible 4K projection mapping, an original composition featuring newly arranged scores meticulously crafted to each scene, and more than 600 drones. The show will feature Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, Jurassic World, Jaws, Shrek, Ghostbusters, Trolls, Back to the Future, Universal Monsters, Transformers, How to Train a Dragon, E.T., Fast and Furious, The Super Mario Bros., Minions, The Mummy, King Kong. Wow! Just mind blown. Mind blown. I don't even know how to process that. This is insane. What? What are your thoughts, Daddy? This is. I'll give my thoughts after you. What do you think, Daddy? What do you think?
Man, I know they've been working really hard on the fountain infrastructure here. They already had a fountain infrastructure in place, but this is a fully new one that's come to replace it. I've watched their like World of Color fountain shows for Halloween Horror Nights. Those are incredible, and the cool thing that they're blessed with in this area that you watch, they have a really cool setup, just like World of Color, where you are like standing in different tiered levels to watch the show. So like there's plenty of space for people to watch. And it's really easy to just get a spot whenever you want. You don't have to kind of like reserve anything. It's just nice to get there. Um, but the nice thing that they have is that kind of like how in World of Color they use the roller coaster now with all the lighting on it to really add to the dimension of World of Color. Universal has the whole backdrop of all the buildings that make the rest of the land there in the waterfront area. And when they say projection mapping, they use those buildings. So, like, I remember specifically the year that I went to do that show was I think the first year we had Stranger Things at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights, and they had the whole Stranger Things intro song in that like World of Color, but then they like how like the Stranger Things intro has like the red neon and it does like the Stranger Things like
Yeah, I know.
lettering all over. They did it like perfectly projection mapped on like every edge and corner of the building, and it
There's
like
like
looked
some
like it
depth to
was perfect.
this because it's like
Yeah, it
going
just so it
behind.
really adds a whole layer because of like you got the water in front and then the buildings behind being projected on just like the buildings on Main Street or the castle at Disneyland. So like it really
Uh,
adds depth to it. So they'll do a really good job on this show, especially if they got like updated fountains too.
dude, my thoughts on this once again, they're just hitting it right in the core audience with every movie title. Um, it's just unreal. It's unreal right here. Wait, where'd it go? Right there. It's just unreal. They know their audience and they're just giving it to you. The fact that they added Super Mario Bros. That's crazy, dude. I didn't see that coming. Fast and Furious. I'm really curious how that's going to be added. Like, what scene they're going to take from what movie? There's literally 10 to choose from now, I guess. Um, I'm going to say this now. People are going to be crying when they watch this show because it's just we're talking about fan bases over 30 years, 40 years. How old is
Mhm.
ET now? When did ET come out?
E.T. Drew Barrymore was like a little child in that movie.
ET debuted. ET. Oh my gosh. ET debuted
Release date.
what year? 1982, dude. That's how far back they're going.
I wasn't
19.
even born yet.
And people are gonna cry. People are gonna cry. And you know what's really cool about this new show coming is that not everybody's familiar with all these titles. Even though, like, yes, to us we know all this. There's a lot of people that are traveling. They're gonna be introduced all of a sudden to a Shrek, a Ghostbuster, E.T., The Mummy, and I feel like a lot of people are going to be intrigued to watch these movies or just get to know these like different IPs that are getting dropped.
Mhm.
Um,
I think the thing that's cool about both of these, the parade and this Sensational, is just like, that's one thing that Disney um basically always had over Universal was that like Disney people went to Disney because they had epic nighttime spectaculars and like that's what they wanted. They wanted that. And
yeah,
like Universal's had parades for a while. But they have never like had these like epic nighttime spectaculars as part of like, the end to someone's night. They had fireworks shows and stuff like that, but just not the same on this scale. And I think like this is like Epcot level right here,
yeah.
right? We're
Just
getting we're
insane.
getting World of Color fountains, we're getting projection mapping on the buildings, we're getting projection on the water, we're getting drones, and we're getting fireworks. Like this is a way to remember your night, and this is something they can keep going, right? They can make people make this a part of their tradition to go to Universal. It's a great time to introduce these nighttime spectaculars because what are they opening next year? They're opening a brand new theme park, and they're really
Whole new
positioning
theme
themselves.
park. Whole
They're
new.
positioning themselves to like be a destination where it's not like, hey, come to Disney World and then tack on extra days to go to Universal. They want you to come and stay
Yeah,
and
that's what
have
I
a
was gonna
reason.
say, Daddy. People ain't
Yeah,
park hopping no more from Universal Orlando to Walt Disney World. They're just gonna stay at Universal Orlando
yeah.
because they
They
got the
want you to
nighttime
stay.
spectacular there now.
Yeah, they want you to stay, and maybe you're like, oh, I've already seen Universal Studios, I've already seen Islands of Adventure. I just want to go see Epic Universe, and then I'm gonna go do Disney World or something. Well, now you've got a new parade, a new nighttime spectacular, new attractions, new things available that hopefully will draw you into. You've come to see Epic Universe, but you also want to go to Universal Studios and spend a day there and experience this new cinema themed nighttime spectacular, which any all of those movies truly have amazing scores, like
Yeah.
iconic scores that people know and love. Jurassic Park,
Like you just
Fantastic
have
Beasts,
to hear two
Harry
seconds
Potter.
of any of those songs. That's Jaws. That's
Yeah,
E. That's Jurassic.
yeah, Jaws,
Ghostbusters.
E.T., like Ghostbusters, like they all have
Crying.
iconic music. So like people will be really into the soundtrack too. So honestly, this is something to look forward to. Incredibly.
We got 24 months for Benji. Let's go. I can't believe it's already been 2 years. Look, where's time going? Just wanted to say I truly appreciate all the hard work you both do for this channel and community. Benji, you are incredible, my friend. The emojis, everything, man. This shirt that I'm wearing, look at this. Look at this. I'm ready for Jurassic Park, baby. Hell yeah. Thank you, Benji. Love you, brother. Five fires, Benji. Thank you, man. Thank you for all your time, dude. Um, I have to ask this question, Danny, because I know you have the same passion I do for Epcot. We got a Harmonious. We just got Luminous. And no drones! What? What? And Universal Orlando is doing drones, fireworks, World of Color. I have a feeling Epcot has to respond. They have to respond with drones, right? There's no way they just like, we're just gonna keep doing Luminous.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Which
don't
we
know.
both love Luminous, by the way. We're not hating on Luminous, but like this, what the hell is this? Is like God mode. This is just insane.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Luminous was the right move for Epcot, and I do think I would love to see drones at Walt Disney World, but I think we'll see it somewhere like um, Hollywood Studios, maybe Animal Kingdom,
Because I
because
know the drones are going to the resort. What is it, Disney Springs? But I'm talking
yeah, they've
about
had
theme
them.
park, theme
Yeah,
parking.
they've had them in Disney Springs in the past. I think the problem with drones for Disney right now, when it comes to nighttime spectaculars, is that they really want to implement them in a way where it doesn't take away from the show. Because if people when they have the drones, people just tend to stare up at like what the drones are doing, and it worked well for like some of the shows that they had at Paris, right, where the whole focus is like watching up there. But like when you think of Luminous, there's like the fireworks are happening like kind of low. They're not like super high up. You have the fountains happening down low. And really it's just they want to bring the attention in to like Epcot, and like the
Yeah,
drones above. I don't know if it would hit the same, but I could see them doing something really cool at Hollywood Studios or even Animal Kingdom, like above the Tree of Life,
mm-hmm.
in like a way that's just like super cool.
Animal
So we'd
Kingdom
have
would
to see.
make the most sense because like there'll never be fireworks there, so why not do a drone show?
Yeah.
Unless like it's that detrimental noise wise to the animals, which I don't know. Obviously, studies have to be made on that kind of thing, but I
Hmm.
could see that. Hold on, hold on. You know where the drones need to go? I don't know if you mentioned this or not already, Danny, but remember that World of Color they used to have in Animal Kingdom?
Yeah.
What was that called?
Rivers of Light.
Rivers of Light with drones. That's where you drop it. Did you mention
Dude,
that earlier?
no, I
Oh
was
yeah.
just saying Rivers of Light is like one of my favorite shows, and I listen to the soundtrack to that literally on a weekly basis. It's so good.
I don't know why we lost it. I still don't get why we lost it.
The public didn't really like it, and it was because you have the Magic Kingdom, which has just an impressive fireworks show. You have Epcot, which has just like a massive firework display as well too, and you have a big nighttime spectacular that has no like grand finale. Like
Mhm.
people don't want to do it when they're at Disney World, like, and that's kind of like what kind of got everyone um like not happy with it, was like there was a grand finale, but like they can't do fireworks because there's animals.
And they can't be loud.
So
There's just no being loud.
yeah, so they had like fire pillars and stuff to try to make it somewhat epic, but just didn't hit the same for them. And the space is too big to be as enveloping as World of Color is when you're watching it. So like World of Color doesn't need fireworks because when you're watching it, you're just surrounded by World of Color. But the space that you watch the show in Animal Kingdom is so big, like so big. They spent so much money making that thing, and like the World of Color would look so tiny there in that space.
Dude,
So
unused land in Animal Kingdom just sitting there. We got 14 months from FL Vlogs. Fires FL Vlogs. Hope you and the family are doing well, my friend. Thank you. 14 freaking months. We also got Darnell Wright 34. Oh, ow. Holy shit. I'm mind blown and I'm so honored and humbled by everybody's support. This is crazy. Mondo, I remember my husband and I watching you and Danny on a Sunday live from Disneyland. Thank you for the adventure. No, thank you. You always, Darnell. Thank you. We freaking love doing this. Uh, 34 months. I'm freaking mind blown. Thank you, Darnell. All right. Last thing to go over, and I'm gonna go quick on this one, Danny. A new Hogwarts show coming to Universal Orlando Resort will take guests on a journey through iconic moments of a school year at Hogwarts. All set against I'm not even going to read that. June 14th, Islands of Adventure. This is a tweet from Scott Gustin. He got like a preview, no audio to it, but he got a preview of what it's going to look like. The real question, does this come to Hollywood? What do you think?
it could come to Hollywood. It's very easy for them to just do it from one or the other. I love the idea of a show called Hogwarts Always. Um, it sounds epic. It sounds really grand, and it sounds like something people would wait to watch. So I think I'd love to see it here. I don't know if they'll do it, but if not, we'll have to go see it over there.
I think they bring it over here, Danny. I find it hard to believe you have a castle that you could utilize it on, new technology, a new summer offering. Um, there's no way. There's no way that they just kind of Florida keep it. I hope it comes this way, but at the same time, we got dark arts and Florida never got it. So maybe this is one of those situations where you want to see it, you got to go to Florida. So just because one castle has it doesn't mean both castles are going to have it. But it looks cool, whatever it's going to be. I'm excited. I'm excited for that.
Yep.
All right.
Before we go on to Disneyland, I wanted to mention one more thing, Mondo.
Yeah.
And someone in the chat mentioned something else I didn't even know about, but Claudio Ornelas said, "Can we talk about Knott's Berry Farm passes and how they went up last night?"
What?
Um,
I didn't know
but
that.
I was gonna just mention Boysenberry Festival because we're still in the final days of Boysenberry Festival. Unlike the Food and Wine Festival, it hasn't ended just quite yet. We're still there. We have 2 more weekends of the Boysenberry Festival, so we're in that period now where Boysenberry Festival is only on the weekends. So we have this coming weekend, the 3rd through the 5th, and then we have the 10th through the 12th, which is the final weekend. So 2 more weekends for Boysenberry Festival. And then we're not that far off from Ghost Town Alive and or Ghost Town Street. I don't even, what do they call that? Ghost Town
No, go
Alive, right?
live.
Yeah,
Summer
Ghost Town Alive and Summer Nights. So I'm hoping we don't get done dirty this year with Summer Nights food, Mondo. Like last year.
So passes went up. Like, how much are we talking?
Prestige Pass is 425. Gold Pass is 165, and then Season Pass is 140. Is that? Am I reading that right?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, 140. Damn. How much were these before? Like the
Well,
120?
remember when they not that long ago they were $99.
Damn. So $40?
Well, no, they've gone up a few times since then. I think it was like 120. If I want to, I mean, I don't know
Claudia,
if
do you
Jen's in the
remember?
chat right now, but
Does Claudia remember how much it was yesterday? Knott's Pass has always increased during the year. They do that every year. Man, Knott's. At the end of the day, even this expensive one right here, 425, that's still a steal, honestly. But most importantly, the season pass right here, 140. That's still honestly dirt cheap. I'm just being honest. Like, look at that, a monthly payment of $18. You compare that to Disneyland, we got people paying 120 to 130 or 140 a month for Disney passes. So these are still a great deal, no matter what. No matter what. That's crazy. I didn't know that they raised the price. What was the other thing you wanted to talk about, Danny?
I wanted to talk about the like what if we knew anything like speculation wise about Ghost Town Alive or Summer
Dude,
Nights. Like,
I've
is
heard
there?
nothing, Danny.
Because I know originally you were talking about like the mayor maybe making a return or not coming back, and so like I didn't know if you had heard anything else as we're getting a little bit closer to the actual event. If there's anything rumor wise that people can hear about.
Nothing, dude. I'm literally crickets with Knott's Berry Farm. Knott's Berry Farm really hasn't been in the news at all. We got Soak City opening May 18th, so that's around the corner. The big one, Summer Nights, June 14th, and Ghost Town Alive, June 14th. And Summer Nights, not Summer Nights, Summer at Knott's and Summer Nights. So it looks like June 14th is just a popular day for a theme park. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Tiana's opens June 14th. Why wouldn't it? All these other theme parks are doing something June 14th. We were there Saturday night, and it was packed. Way too many people. Dude, the popularity of Disneyland has only helped Knott's. It's just it raises the crowds at Knott's too, man. It's crazy.
Will you be
Exactly.
there opening weekend, Mondo?
What happened?
Will you be there for opening weekend of Ghost Town Alive?
Hell yeah. I don't know if I'll be there opening day, but Ghost Town Alive is a must. I'll be there from 11 a.m. to 5 o'clock, so I could get the whole story and do some activities and get to know Ghost Town and all the new characters they're going to bring. I have so much fun. I'm always amazed at the beauty of Ghost Town Alive. It's an incredible event if you're willing to kind of cosplay and just
You got to invest in it so it
yeah.
invests back.
You're like in this. You're like a kid again, and you're in this ghost town that's like your playing field where you got to go talk to the sheriff and then go talk to the postal service man and talk to this like psychic and this other person that cuts hair. Like it's crazy. Ghost Town Life's crazy. Uh, Summer Nights, yeah, Summer Nights, June 14th. Honestly, Danny, I'm not excited for Summer Nights. I'm excited for the music, but not the food. Oh man, Summer Night. I totally forgot about Summer Nights. I was at Knott's today. It was pretty quiet. Enjoyed my meal plan. Rode the train a couple times and got my steps in. That sounds like a wonderful day to me. All right, enough of this Universal Orlando talk. We are at Cali, YouTube. Let's talk some Pixar Fest. Let's talk some Pixar Fest. I want to get to the point, Danny, the most important point, because I feel like a lot of controversy came out of this one. Let me go to my YouTube channel real quick. So I have a couple things to say, okay? I have a couple things to say. Where is it? Okay. So, um, for me, uh, the first time I watched Better Together, I was just like mind blown. I was in love. The music, the characters that have come to life in this parade, the energy, and most importantly, that finale dance party that not everybody gets to see. I feel like 1% of the people that watch the parade get to watch the finale dance party because nobody knows it exists. And it's really hard to even get a spot at the very end of this float parade to watch the finale dance party. But I was like, in my opinion, I was like, this thing is better than Paint the Night and blah blah blah. It is definitely not better than Paint the Night. After everything, all the dust has settled, it's not better than Paint the Night. But this parade, to me, I feel like does its job for what it's for. It's Pixar Fest. It's a parade that's seasonal, and it's at DCA. So I don't know what more I could have expected out of a Pixar Fest parade, but I think it did its job. But a lot of people are hating on it. So I just want to clarify, this is not better than Paint the Night. I'm just because I said that earlier. I want to clarify. But what are your thoughts, Danny? What are your thoughts on this parade?
Yeah, I liked the parade. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it more when I saw the little finale at the end.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
I saw the finale the first time I watched it.
Yeah, honestly, I was expecting a lot more of the parade to be carried over from the Pixar Play Parade, and there was quite a few things carried over from the Pixar Play Parade. In fact, the only new things were the things that Disney showed us in the concept art. So the Four Town float, the float for Soul with Mr. G, and then of course this float here, the Luca float. Everything else was really kind of brought over, with the exception of the finale float, but that's not really anything like all that special. It was just kind of like general Pixar theming. But the big dump truck, that was from Pixar Play Parade. In fact, that has been in like four different versions of different parades. Um, the it's just been
This one's these
rethemed. So
guys
like,
too right here.
yeah, those things have been in like so many parades I can't even begin to describe. People were going nuts over the Russell riding on Kevin's back. That's not new. That's been in like so that's been that was in the parade like when the movie first came out. That's how
Yeah.
old that is. This float looked way different before. All they did was just change like the bottom part of it, but it was the same concept. It had Carl at the top with the house flying above and Doug on the back, just like that. But it used to be done up like Paradise Falls. That's why there's like a rock bottom on it. So that's not that different. The Inside Out float with the balloons, a complete copy from Pixar Play Parade. They just brought it over. So like, there's a lot that wasn't new, and some that was, but most people couldn't tell. They just thought it was like, all new, and they loved it. Like people were going crazy over this float, and I'm like, did people forget like this? This float was in the play
He's like
parade before?
10 years old.
Yeah, but it was cool to see it all back, and they did a good job with like the soundtrack. The soundtrack is so catchy, just like Paint the Night. I think that's where people were making the comparisons to Paint the Night because the soundtrack was like so boppy and like you just wanted to like dance along with it.
Better.
I had a lot of people when I posted the finale of the parade. A lot of people from Disneyland Paris like quote tweeted it, and they were speaking in French, so I didn't understand it at first, but I had to translate. They were saying that the parade was very inspired by the parades that you see at Disneyland Paris, where there's like a really heavy focus on the dancers and like the dance culture, and so they were saying like Disneyland Paris like definitely influenced this parade, and I can see that because they don't have like really elaborate floats in their parades. It's all more about the characters and the dancing, and this kind of felt like that. This like the floats weren't all that elaborate, and it was more so like the people wanted to see the characters and like interact with them, and then the dancers kind of like putting on a good show. So I think that was more of like the vibe of it all, and a really good way for everyone to see like all the Pixar characters if they hadn't had a chance to meet them in the parks during the day.
Yeah. Um, this is a comment I want to bring up. Regular Josh one. I never saw the previous parade before, so it's all new to me. And I think that's what Disney's counting on.
Yeah, I mean it's a really old parade. It's a really old parade. Regular Josh. It was at Disneyland. It was at DCA
For like
multiple
10
times.
years. I feel like it's 10 years, right?
Yeah, it's been at both. It's been at both parks multiple times. So I don't know how you couldn't have seen it, but congrats to you on seeing it for the first time.
Yeah, you know who has a video? I am Chris Rogers. I know for a fact he does. Chris Rogers Pixar Fest Parade. What was it called back then? The Pixar Fest
Pixar Play Parade.
Pixar Play Parade. Um, man,
I think during Pixar Fest, the Play Parade was at Disneyland.
Pixar.
They'd moved
Yeah,
it.
it was
They
at
moved it over.
Disney.
Yeah.
It's not finding it. Maybe Chris took that video off. I don't know. I don't know. It's too hard to find right now. I
Oh
know
yeah,
he.
just search the Pixar Play Parade.
Oh, here we go. Pixar Play. Yeah, he might have taken that video off. I don't see it on his channel. Um, for me, the parade, I think it's just something that they just. I don't think they wanted to invest heavily into, but it's going to do its job. It has good music, titles that are new, which that's probably the most important thing. And I feel like the character that was the most well received out of this whole Pixar fest is the Luca characters and Elemental. They're getting a lot of love, Danny. Do you feel that way too?
Yeah, they really wanted to showcase like Soul, Mr. Gardner from Soul, Luca, the Inside Out characters. The Inside Out characters, man, Joy and Sadness were just getting tons of love, and also Elemental too. Like they really were. We didn't get these characters in the
On the movie
parks.
debut.
We had Ember and Wade at the movie premiere at the El Capitan, but that's it. And then Ian and Barley, they were at the parks like for 2 weeks before the parks shut down
Never saw him
for
again.
COVID. So and then we never saw them again. So they made their debut when we had Pixar Night at DCA. I don't know if you remember that. That was also when Pixar Pier was brand new. They did Pixar Night as an After Dark event.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they had Ian and Barley make their debut with the van over there in Pixar Pier, like right in front of the Incredicoaster area.
That's a great segue, Danny. Why in the Baba Freak did Pixar Pier not get nothing? I think the only thing they got is like a new churro at Buzz Churros. Pixar Pier should just be enamored by Pixar Fest. The most you can't walk anywhere without running into a character in Pixar Pier. I think there's no characters in Pixar Pier really at all. I think Pixar Pier is a bigger miss than Club Pixar. Club Pixar is a disaster unless you're a little kid. But what are your thoughts on Pixar Pier literally getting nothing, dude? That was a weird move.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen like man, like a takeover or something like they could have done some new food, like done something to spruce up like the Jack Jack Cookie Num Nums or the Poultry Palace, just something special for like Pixar Fest to like bring new foods. I mean, all the food that they gave to like Troubadour Tavern at Disneyland, like bring some of that fire over to the poultry palace
The chicken
restaurant.
box. Yeah, the chicken box.
Or they got the
Or we could have got new ice cream at the Abominable Snowman.
mhm.
You know, They could have done a lot of stuff. They could have a lot of done new treats that like we've just never seen before instead of returning stuff to Bing Bongs. I don't know. I feel like it's a big miss with Pixar Fest. Uh, Pixar Pier, just nothing. Yeah, it's a rarity. Yeah, I know it's a rarity. We could have got the Ratatouille characters over there. A perfect time to drop Sid. Why do
Yeah.
you have to put
Or they
Sid
even did.
behind
They
a
spent all the
boogie
time in.
boogie
They spent all
paywall?
the. They spent all the time and money in adding special variants of the ride for Star Tours, um, and we know that this is version 2.0 of Toy Story Midway Mania.
Ooh, I'm
They
smelling
added
what you're cooking, Danny. Where you
they
going with
they
this?
added they added characters from Toy Story 2 and into the new version of the ride. So like they could have given us another new game, right, and added some
Wow,
characters
what
from
a
like Toy Story
perfect
4.
time to drop Toy Story Mania 3.0. I didn't even think of that, Danny. Missed opportunity. My gosh. We've only had freaking another Toy Story since then. Dude, that's so right. They did the Star Tours love, but no Midway Mania. Midway Mania would have been like hour long every damn day if it got a new because it's already popular. So it would have been even
Yeah, and
more.
then we have Raul in the chat. He says, "I went directly to Pixar Pier to celebrate Pixar Fest, and they only got Jesse as always in the same place."
Nothing wrong with Jesse, but that's just kind of rough when you're Pixar Pier. Give me
We have
Heimlich, dude. Yes.
dude.
How can they
Yes,
do, Danny?
100%.
How can they do a Heimlich? Like, how's that possible? How can they do it?
They had it in the parade. They had it in the play parade.
What? Let me see.
Mondo,
Heimlich.
how are you all of a sudden forgetting the Pixar play parade? You watched that parade like a million times.
I did. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, I can't see this without being like, oh. Look at that, Daddy. Dude, where is Heimlich? Oh my god, dude. I don't even want to acknowledge Pixar Fest without Heimlich. He needs to show up. This is a disaster. I know why Heimlich's not here because it takes 5 people. It takes 5 people to do that. Oh, dude, that would be the #1 photo op if he showed up. That #1 photo op right there. Oh, dude, I forgot
Um,
about Heimlich.
we have Peter's also mentioned too, Mondo. He said Pixar Pier did have special Pixar Fest food. He said there's something at the Jack Jack Cookie Num Nums, and there was food at Lamplight Lounge. So there were some items, but
I
I
guess
think
that's
it's
now.
I just expecting Peter like Troubadour Tavern level of crazy foods, like where the whole menu is different for Pixar Fest. That's what I'm expecting in Pixar Pier. Um,
Because it's
with
Pixar Pier. Like, you got to go the hardest in there. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Oh, dude, I forgot about Heimlich. That just hit me in the heart.
yeah. What about you know what the coolest thing was in the Pixar Play Parade was the
Yeah.
giant Ratatouille float.
Ratatouille float. Ratatouille. Pixar played Ratatouille. Oh, dude. Jeez Louise. Oh, my God, dude. I forgot what we lost.
Mm-hmm.
we had jumping rats.
Mm-hmm.
And look at these floats that we used to have. God damn.
I mean, we can't have those floats anymore because of the cables, but at least
Oh, man. So crazy, dude. Damn, Pixar Play Parade. Maybe we underestimated how cool Pixar Play Parade was. I just know that Pixar Play. I'm just gonna say this because this is the attitude that I felt when Pixar Play was going. People were over it. I feel like people were over that parade. Same thing with Sensational. People were over it. Maybe if it would have stayed long enough, it would have just got nostalgic, per se, where it's so old, it's new. But do you feel that way too, Danny? That people were over Pixar Play Parade and Sensational?
No, I feel like they could have brought it back, but I honestly like the new parade too. I don't have anything negative to say about it. I think they used a lot of the floats to breathe new life into it. So I thought it was good in that state. But I mean, if they had just brought back the Pixar Play Parade with maybe like the addition of, because see, when I saw the same intro float with the Luxo lamp, because that's the same intro float from the Pixar Play Parade. And then I saw like the Four Town at first because they didn't show us the other two floats yet. At first, it was just those two. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, we're just getting the play parade with like a new intro float, and it's gonna have Four Town thrown in there somewhere. And that's kind of what I thought was gonna happen. And then once we got the additional concept art for the Luca float and for the Soul float with all the instruments and stuff, I was like, oh, this is a totally different parade.
Yeah.
So, and it kind of was. It was like a mix of both, right? But it was a good kind of updated version, I think, to be relevant to kids that like have just seen movies nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Man, dude, I forgot what we lost. That's crazy. That hit me right in the heart. That hit me right in the heart. I wanna switch gears now, and we're gonna talk some crazy talk. This is speculation. This is just to have fun. And shout out to my boy. This is HHN and stuff. He's always a great source of horror nights. I know we're going from Disneyland to horror nights, but we ain't got much time. I know it's late. There's a new speculation map that came out, and he actually had some very cool, interesting stuff, and I want to get into it right now. Supposedly, Terror Tram has this house, and he put 2 months ago. I came up with an idea on HHN 2024 map of a Blumhouse slasher taking over Jupiter Claim as an ultimate crossover. It would be awesome if they would do that instead of giving us a third year of The Tethered from Us, which I'm pretty sure everybody is over The Tethered for a third year. You know, it was good while it lasted, but a third year, the same thing. And then he put this list of characters that can come as like as like a bunch of slashers that could arrive. That would essentially be Blumhouse. Right? Am I reading this right? Oh my gosh, I got the dad brain going. Yeah, Blumhouse. So Blumhouse slashers coming to Jupiter Claim from the Grabber, Blissfield Butcher, Butcher Millie, Babyface Killer, Megan, Sweet 16 Killer. I don't even know lots of these names. But the cool one right here at the bottom, Michael Myers, all of a sudden showing up. These are crazy rumor speculation, but this would be a perfect upgrade to Terror Tram, and especially an ending with a bang. At this point in time, we're at the point where we have nothing. Literally freaking crickets. Legitimate crickets. Legitimate crickets from Horror Night. It's wild. Wild we haven't got nothing. But he also put this too. This could be a 60-year of Universal Horror Live Show. Could feature the world of Alfred Hitchcock, Jason Blum, Jordan Peele, and more. And he put Abigail. And like last year, the show could end with Abigail Ballerina Dance Show. So last year, Danny, we had Megan do the dancing thing. He's saying that it could be possible that Abigail could be the finale to whatever they do at Illumination Theater. I was cool with Megan. You know, Megan has a big following, but I don't know much about Abigail. I haven't watched it. I heard it's really good though. Two people have said it's really good. And then this one. This is the last one. Everybody wants Five Nights at Freddy, but he's saying maybe they come with a meet and greet, and it would be William Afton. So that's his speculation, which I think is all very cool. Of these meet and greets, which obviously Lisa Frankenstein, that's like a universal thing. And obviously, Five Nights at Freddy was Peacock. That's where it all happened. Any thoughts on all of that? I know that's a lot of information to process, Danny, but any just quick thoughts of that?
I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's being a meet and greet could be good, but only one character would be a miss. They
I
would need
know
to,
people would be so mad. They
yeah,
would
they
they
would need
want
to
to get
have
them all.
Chica. They would have to have Chica come out with the cupcake or Bunny come out. Like they'd have to have all the characters come out, and like it could be like a random thing at Disney where like you get like a random character, you don't know what you're gonna get when you're waiting in line. That could be cool. I mean, I'd still really love to see a Five Nights at Freddy's maze. But if they did a meet and greet with those awesome costumes from the movie, I think that alone would make people probably really happy. um and it would probably be insanely long, like the craziest line ever. Either way, I really think that they need to incorporate Five Nights at Freddy's somehow so they can have the merch, because people are just gonna love that. It's like crazy, gonna go crazy over that. So, and it would be cool to see it like in the tribute store at HHN Orlando. So I really hope it's incorporated somehow. Um, the slasher concept
Yeah, what
with
do you
all
think
the
about that? That's
Blumhouse,
crazy, right?
that's
All of
cool.
them,
I like
all of
that
them.
concept a lot.
That's what I was going to ask you, Daddy. Do you like that, or is that just too much? All in
No,
Jupiter
I
Cliff.
like that. I like that. They don't even have to go like all out with all those. They could do like some of them, right? They could do
Yeah,
Megan. They could do the Tethered Family. They could do the Purgers. Like those are all things they've done already. So they like did them all at once. Like and they call it like the Blumhouse horror like tram or whatever. Like
yeah.
that could be really fun.
Like yeah, just uh, Blumhouse Nightmares Terror Tram 2024. I don't know. That'd be cool. That sounds a lot better than Exterminators. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I would love for this. You're just walking in a all-star slasher at every corner. It sounds like a great idea to me.
Yeah, you
All
got
right,
Megan
man.
coming at you with a paper slicer.
All right, Danny. Closing thoughts on everything, my friend. Closing thought. Don't want to go too late. It's already 9:30. Already 9:30.
Before we go with closing thoughts, my Alyssa sent you a Venmo.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. I'm sorry. Oh my god. The Lakers lost? Dude. Oh. Oh. Dude, no way the Lakers lost. I don't even want to look at the highlights of that game. What the heck? My Alyssa, I'm on it. I'm on it. Stupid Lakers. What the heck? I thought they were going to win. We got my Alyssa dropping 10 on the Venmo. Happy Monday. I don't know if I told you and Danny last weekend, but when I came to opening day of Pixar Fest, my thoughts were Tokyo ruined me. LOL. Imagine if they went to TDR level for Pixar Fest. They can. But I look at it as TDR just has an insane budget compared to like what Disneyland could have. and Tokyo has like way different playing rules than what we got. They're just different vision out there. Different vision. Uh, I feel like Disneyland will always be special no matter what, though. I'm going to say that. But thank you, my Alyssa. Dropping 10. Hopefully, they put scary music instead of EMD in Terror Tramp. Yeah, oh, Connor. Dude, Connor hates the Lakers now. Freaking Lakers, dude. Yeah. Does LeBron. Man, I don't even want to talk about it. All right, Danny. Closing thoughts on everything, my friend. Pixar Fest next week.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts just on everything?
Pixar Fest is going to continue to evolve. I think there's a lot of things that haven't arrived yet that they're going to keep arriving. Obviously, we have the food booths for the first time ever during a Pixar Fest coming on May 10th. So this is going to be the biggest Pixar Fest ever. And I think it's going to bring that answer to Mondo's comment on his original vlog from day one saying there's nothing to do at DCA. Well, that's because the booths aren't there yet. So once we see those booths, you got sip and savor passes, you got food coming, You've got, probably more character meet and greets, more decorations. We
That's
did
all.
hear
I feel like there's a stage 2 to Pixar Fest. Like it feels
there
like.
is a stage too. And, we talked about how the Grand Californian Hotel, they're still decorated for Season of the Force. So they've still got everything up at least through, I would say, May 4th. Like they want to have, that's a really big statue of the Millennium Falcon and the spires of Batu. Like they don't want to just throw that away right away, right? They got to leave it out for a little bit. And so it's still all Season of the Force inside the lobby of the Grand Californian, but I'm sure at some point they're going to transition to Pixar Fest. We're going to see something really cool in the lobby there for Pixar Fest. We got the booths come in, and the 10 things to like don't forget about Pixar Fest. They even mentioned that the hotels, specifically the Pixar Place Hotel, would be decorated. I went to Pixar Place Hotel, Disneyland Hotel over the weekend. There's nothing there at all. So there's definitely stuff still coming. So we haven't seen the end of it. I'm excited to see how it continues to evolve. I only tried 3 food items. I had the pizza, the barbecue, and the ube popcorn. I shout out to Carson if he's still in here. I agreed with him about the ube popcorn. I think Mondo and I were the same. We ate out the freeze dried Skittles.
Really weird, but it worked. It worked.
Yeah, and then the
Weird.
rest, I didn't know how I felt about. Like I liked the ube beignets, but I don't know how I felt about ube popcorn. It didn't work well with the butter. I don't know. I just
Yeah,
didn't.
I'm not in love with ube.
But
You know what I mean?
yeah, but yeah, there's lots more to try. I haven't even tried yet. And then we have a summer foods coming out too. That's totally separate. So there's a lot going on. I'm excited to kind of see how things evolve, and then of course, as we get closer to mid May, we also will find out the final answer for Disneyland Forward. So looking forward to that as well too.
Yeah, we're right around the corner of that. Um,
Oh, I will say, um, my my new video for Pixar Fest is out. I forgot to mention that earlier. So if you guys want to watch that, you can, including a surprise uh, visit to Centrico with Mondo and Mystery Van. Everyone, we didn't even know we were going to do that, so that was crazy. But I was going to say I am doing an episode of 5571 tomorrow, so it'll be out on Wednesday. The podcast. There wasn't a podcast last week because I was like, I did have a guest lined up and they had to cancel last minute, and it kind of threw off the plans of like what the episode was. And I didn't have Pixar Fest planned until this week with that other guest. So um, we skipped a week, but we're back this week.
nice. Hell yeah. Um, real quick, just to let people know, all the Knott's fans, shout out to our Knott's Adventure on Instagram. She put this on her story. Knott's, I don't know what it is, but they never give discounts. And they're actually giving discounts on merch right now for Scary Farm. And it's 50% off. You know, it's not all the stuff you would want, but 50% off sounds pretty good. I don't mind buying some of this stuff at 50%. So just want to let people know, head on to Knott's. I think it's in Virginia's, which is the store outside of Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah, they have a whole Halloween section now still that never goes away. Like
Oh, wow.
it's kind of crazy. They I noticed that the other day. We used to see like a Halloween section in the Emporium, and now there's like a little wing the wing that's closer to like the Build-A-Bear side, kind of off to the side of Virginia's, like it's its own little room, and it was all just it was like a little mini like Horror Nights, or I mean a little mini Scary Farm store. So it was
I,
cool. There was a
I
lot of
know
stuff
that.
on sale in there when I went.
I'm going to check that out next time. I didn't know that. I promise to get it to Danny when I see him next, Melissa. I promise. um, my closing thoughts. Man, there's so much stuff, but we're getting so late. If you guys want to check out a foodie guide, we didn't really have a time to get into this, but themeparkiq.com. Disney's not going to do a foodie guide, but this website did a foodie guide. There's essentially a ton of summer foods that are going to debut. Interstellar Supreme Pizza? What? Straight Alfredo Pizza, Celestial Firework Pizza. Like we were saying earlier, there's a stage 2 to all this Pixar Fest, and I'm guessing a lot of this stuff is that. A s'mores funnel cake? Yeah, and this list goes on and on of all these new foods that are coming. This is not stuff that already debuted. Like right here, May 1st. Hot honey tenders, buffalo sauce tenders, gravy fries, Wild West funnel cake. What the heck? Dude, it's crazy. A lot of stuff coming still. So you guys want to pack on these calories. It's hard to be on a diet. What's up, Vegas Film Critic? Thank you, man. My closing thoughts. Pixar Fest was a lot of fun. I got to show up early so I can meet character. Club Pixar, to me, was a disaster. I don't know how else to say it. For some reason, we all thought it was going to be something cool. Club. You go dance the night away. Have fun. Listen to Pixar music. It's really none of that. It's like creative storytelling with dance. And they do different segments throughout the hours. I don't know. The little kids are loving it, so that's all that matters for them.
The Shorts drive-thru is good too.
Oh yeah, Shorts drive-thru at the corner. People are using that at all times. Great move. Great way to get people to watch Pixar Shorts. Because we talked about this a while ago, Danny, a couple weeks ago, where I was like, I got stuck watching all these Pixar Shorts that I've never seen before. What a great way to start introducing people to these shorts that have never seen them before. It's great marketing, honestly. Having people relax watching your shorts. it's a good move. But Pixar Fest overall, I think, is wonderful. Once Fantasmic comes, we're just like rocking on all cylinders. We got Parade on each side, Fantasmic, fireworks. For some reason, World of Color won. Characters everywhere. It's just a really great summer at Disneyland. And the feeling I had when I left Pixar Fest was I can't wait to come back and do more because there's no way to do it all in one day. It's quite a bit. And also, too, the Pizza Planet truck, the whole Find 50 and whatever, it's getting really cool because a lot of these Pizza Planet trucks are extremely creative. Very, very creative. I'm shocked at how creative it is. So congratulations, whoever streamlined that project. You did a wonderful job.
Mondo.
People are like, it's like they're going to Disneyland and just hunt for these Pizza Planet trucks. They're not even doing rides. What were you going to say, Danny?
Can you, before we go, like literally the last thing, can you read the online description of Club Pixar?
Let me see. Let me bring it up. All right. What do we got here, Danny? What do we got here? At Hollywood Backlot, feel the magic of Pixar come to life with music, dancing, and more at this high-energy party inspired by amazing stories from Pixar Animation Studio. There is zero!
But I want you to read the bottom
there
part.
Is zero high energy. Zero.
I want you to read the bottom part where it says during the evening. That's why everyone thought it was going to be
something.
Like that's why everyone thought it was going to be part of the Mad Tea Party.
During the evening, Club Pixar comes alive with the interactive DJ dance party, live performances, Pixar-themed versions of games like cornhole, tic-tac-toe, photo opportunity, themed food, specially crafted beverages, and even a fun drive-in theater showcasing some of your favorite Pixar shorts. All this and more will take celebration to infinity and beyond. Dude, Club Pixar comes alive with the interactive DJ dance party. Dude, we got none of that. None of that. Whole lot of nothing, dude. I think Club Pixar is a disaster because, dude, all it had to be was a fun dance party to Pixar music and just run it till 10 o'clock at night. Ain't nobody want to watch World of Color 1. I want to go dance at the party. Crazy. All right. One more time, Danny, where can everybody find your content? I know you got a podcast. Let people know one more time.
Yeah. If you want to see my Pixar Fest experience and Disneyland update, it's on my YouTube channel, Just Ask Danny. I posted it earlier today, so you can go watch that if you want. And then I also have a new podcast episode I'm doing tomorrow. I'm recording it tomorrow with Ashley from Mouse Vibes. and we're going to talk about Pixar Fest, some other things as well, and that'll be live on Wednesday.
Perfect. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to smash that like button on the way out, and thank you for supporting the fire. We are firing it down. The Cali Bay and Just As Danny are calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo